Hi everyone, KFK's Creative Home. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be making a wreath using this beautiful floral ribbon for fall. I have taken two square wreath frames and put them together back to back because I want this wreath to be able to spin out on a shepherd hook, and I want it to look the same front and back. So you can see as a work will as you look around the frame, I have zip tied it together just in a way that it stays together closed, stays snugly together. And I have the hooks that my lights will be attached to. They are already zip tied in place so that once I wrap the ribbon, I won't have to fight through the ribbon to get those in place. And I'm just pointing out here some of the places where I've added my zip ties if you want to follow this format. Okay, so that's how it's looking. And of course, this will be the top where the lights will hang. So I start with my ribbon and I'm cutting about 10 inches in length, and I'm going to use this piece to first cover my corners. If you've ever wrapped one of these square wreath frames, you know how hard it is to work your way around the corner and not get everything all jumbled up. So to avoid that, I'm going to just wrap those corners first and get them nice and tucked in. Like I said, I want this to be visible from front and back when it's completed. So I'm going to get them tucked in really neatly so that, you won't be seeing these huge seams on the back side. So I'm just trying to figure out a way here to wrap it so that, the raw edges won't be seen and you will see very little lines. This will be hanging again on a shepherd's hook out near the end of my driveway, so it'll be visible from the street. So it's like nobody will be walking up looking at it, but I still want it to be really neatly done, just in case. We do have some people walking pets and stuff, so they may see it a little closer than the folks who will just be driving by. Okay, so I'm just playing around with it, trying to figure out how to do this, and once I have it as neat as I want, then I'm going to use some glue to hold this in place, and then cut some ribbon for my other four corners, and I'm going to get those attached. So how you do this is kind of up to you, but I'm just kind of showing you how I've gotten them all in place now. And now I'm going to start adding my glue just around the frame itself on that corner, and getting the ribbon attached to that glue, first holding that corner up there. And then once that's in place, I'll come back with some more glue to hold the next end of the ribbon. And as you can see, that did not adhere very well. I think my glue gun wasn't hot enough. So I'm going to try it again. Put the glue on there and hold it in place a little bit longer. And this time, yeah, by the way I move my fingers, I know it's warm enough now. All right, let's finish getting this other end tucked in neatly, and we'll be ready to get the same thing done for all four corners, and then we'll be ready to wrap the rest of the wreath frame. Now, if you enjoy these videos, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with others. And if you're not a family member, consider becoming one by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the bell. And so you'll get notified when I release new videos. Here on this channel, we do wreaths, bows, and this is one of my wreath frame lanterns that I've added in this year. Love doing these. Get a lot of compliments from the neighbors saying, wait a minute, what is that? Is that a light? Yes, I hang my little Dollar Tree lights. You see them on the left. Hang my little Dollar Tree lights onto my wreath frame. So I have a wreath that lights up, I guess, what you would call it. Or I've been calling them my lanterns. So just something new I've added to my collection. And I'm going to be doing this for fall. All right, let me finish getting this done, and we'll be right back. So the next thing I want to do is kind of get my ribbon in a place where it's out of the way. And I'm going to start wrapping at the bottom of my wreath frame because that'll be the most unnoticeable spot once everything is complete. And I usually just wrap it around a few different times to get it started. For this square shape, we're going to have to wrap it around quite a few times to get it completely covered. And if you haven't done this before, you just kind of start with a little bit of glue. Put your ribbon at a slight angle so it will keep moving forward as you wrap it around. And I'm just going to hold that in place until it adheres. Put a little clamp there to give it a chance to finish sealing. And yeah, get that glue off my fingers. Look like I got myself there. And now I'm going to just wrap it around a few times so that it'll have some ribbon in place. And I do it very loosely because I want to adjust it as I go. And I don't want it to be so tight that I can't maneuver. So I'm going to just keep doing that for a minute, and I run into the hooks where I have my lights, or where I'm going to put my lights. So I've stopped right there so it won't get all tangled around that, or it won't get snagged. So now I'm back at the bottom, and you can see how I just add a little bit of glue, especially when I first start, to make sure everything adheres and stays in place. And I'm going around a few times, and just going to keep working my way around. And you see how when I get to that corner, boy, I must have got that finger really good. I'm still playing with it. So at the point where I'm going to work my way around this corner, so I'm going to add a little bit more glue. Try not to get myself again. My glue gun is on the low setting, so I'm not sure why I got myself so much there. But here we go. I'm going to wrap it around. I'm trying to finagle this corner. And I just keep playing with my ribbon until I get it like I want it. I like my ribbon to be nice and smooth. I don't like the little jumbled effect. I always say it's up to you. That's just how I prefer my ribbon to be. So I just keep playing with it and trying different angles and wrap it this way, wrap it that way until I get it just like I want it. And see how I made that corner turn there? I was able to do that, and I'm like, okay, this is how it's going to look. I like this way. And then once I make that turn, I can easily start working my way down the other side of the wreath frame. But as you can see, I'm going to have to kind of wrap it in a different direction now. It's different from the way I initially wrapped it around the frame. So I had to come back and change the way it's going around the wreath frame. I remember at the beginning, I had just taken that roll of ribbon and gone around and around and around. But once I hit that corner, it went a different direction. So I had to take it back out, round and round and round. And from this point on, I'm going to just do it a little bit at a time. Okay, so I am actually working on that second corner now. And you can see again how I have come across it at an angle there. Add a little glue to hold it in place so that once I get it across that top, you can kind of see how it's going to come down. Oh, sorry, I went off frame here. You see how it's going to come down right there, and I'm able to just start wrapping it around the next part. And up here is where I'm going to have to work my way around where those hangers are for my lights. So you'll see me finagle my way around there so that they can hang straight, and the light will be able to stay in place. Yes, I had to just work until I got it like I wanted it. And changing the angle of the ribbon, whatever I needed to do to work my way around there. Alright, so I've made my way across the top of the frame, and now I'm going to come back down this other side, repeating the same steps, and get that completed. While I'm working on that, I want to let you know I'm having a sale in my Etsy shop, and I'll be posting that in the community section too. This is August of 2024. If you're watching this at a later time, who knows, I may have another sale going on. So you always want to check my Etsy shop. I have inventory I am trying to destash, so I have a lot of great buys right now. I'm trying to make sure things are priced to sell quickly, and also to beat some of the competitors right now, because I just want to get rid of some extra inventory that I have in stock. All right, so grab it quick, it's going fast. I put out some corn husks. I have some fall items out there on clearance. I put out corn husks bushes, or it's not an actual flower, it's a bush though that you can use in your wreaths. And somebody nabbed them all. The price was so good. I had them priced about the same price you would get one bush. I had that price with 3 bushes. So somebody nabbed them all. So check it out, my Etsy shop. It's Kay's Creative Home. And you'll see that also in the description below. There's a link if you want to use that to go to the site. So I'm finishing up this ribbon here, and I've just got to tuck in my raw edge. You know I do not like my raw edges showing. So I'm going to get that tucked in, get some glue on that, and we'll be finished wrapping this wreath. And then the next thing I want to do is create a nice fall bow. This is some new ribbon I got this year from the Sam's collection. You can see that right there on the top of the ribbon. And this set is really pretty, so I'm going to use some other ribbon from that set to make my bow. Okay, be right back with the next step. So I'm going to start with a 6-inch tail. I think I made it a little bit longer. Yeah, I made it 8 inches there just to have a little extra to work with. But my first loop is going to be at 8 inches, and I put it in, give it a little twist. I always twist away from me so that my ribbon doesn't get all tangled. Coming back out again at 8 inches, putting that gathering it and putting it in the holder, bow holder, excuse me, and trying to decide how many loops I wanted, because I didn't want the bow to be super huge. That reframe is not that big. So I'm working with just 2 loops for each ribbon. Look at this blue color. This is just like the most beautiful blue I've seen in a long time, and it's the same blue in the leaf print that went around the frame. You can see that, and the roll of ribbon is still sitting there on the table to your right. It's the same blue. I think it's such a beautiful blue. So anyhow, adding that in next, doing the same thing, but I am quickly coming in on the sides of my loops. You can see this one is set at about 7 inches instead of 8. This next beautiful color is like a pumpkin spice orange, I would call it. Nice and deep. I believe this collection is still available online at samsclub.com. If you're not a member, I think you can still get it, and you pay an additional little fee or something. I'm not sure, but I've heard that you can still get it online. I don't know. I know you can't get into the shops, but you might want to check it out and see if it's possible if you're not a club member. So again, this one I did also at 7 inches. I made that orange and the blue the same width, and I'm doing the same thing again for the brown. Aren't these colors coming together beautifully? It just looks like fall. And all of these colors are in that ribbon that has the leaf print on it. So it's going to pick that up really nicely. But I just love these colors together. They did a really good combination with this. I'm a fall person anyway, so it doesn't take much to make me fall in love with some fall colors. So the last one I'm going to put on top is the print that's wrapped around the frame so that it will stand out. And this time I'm coming in again. So I believe these loops were at, what did we do? 8, 7, and then this one should be 6 inches. So forgive me if I said that wrong. The beige one was at 8. The orange, blue, and brown were at 7 inches. And now this one I believe is at 6. Yeah, I'm coming in again. And that is when you finish your bow and you tighten it and it pops up. Those loops will pop up the tighter you get them. So to make it nice to have all those different lengths and variation in your bow. I think that's one of the things that helps a bow look really cute. Okay, so I'm going to finish this last one and we'll be ready for the next thing. So as you know me and you've been with me a while, you know I always forget. Now, I'm not going to say always. I'm getting a little bit better. But I do tend to forget putting my zip tie and my pipe cleaner. Oh, my Chanel stem at the bottom. The pipe cleaner will be to attach it to my frame, and the zip tie will be to hold the bow in place. So I have lifted it off of the bow maker, and I'm just spinning that zip tie to the back, holding it snugly as I do that so that the bow doesn't shift around. And now I'm just going to kind of shape it, pulling everything in place where I want it. I tend to like my bows to go around in a complete circle, but this one I will leave more, some of it at the top, but more of it will be side to side. So it has the bow tie look more than a complete round bow. But I will add some up top now. Not all of it, but not quite as full. It's not a super full bow, so I can't put a huge number of loops at the top. But got it nice in shape like I want it. And now I'm pulling that zip tie even tighter, and I'm shaping again. I like to make sure everything is in place before I finish snipping that zip tie there on the back. So I've got my zip tie tool. You can see as I'm tightening it, those loops were popping up. See how they're standing up now instead of laying flat? So I've got those on there. Got the zip tie tightened and clipped with that zip tie tool. And now I can take my pipe cleaners and get ready to attach it to my wreath form once I finish all my lovely shaping that I like to do. So trying to decide now where I want it, and realize if I put it at the top, it's going to hide the lights. And those lights are solar lights, so they need to get sun during the day so that they will light up at night. And here at the bottom now, I've decided to attach the bow at the bottom. And so I'm just getting that wrapped around there with that pipe cleaner or Chanel stem, and twisting it a little bit. You can't see me doing that in the back, but I'm just twisting it on tight. And then once I do that, you can see I still have that clip on there holding. If you glue something and it doesn't want to act right, leave that clip on there until it's done. So I've gotten my Chanel stem tight, and I'm just going to play around with this bow for a while. And once I'm sure it's like I want it, I'm going to clip that Chanel stem in the back. And what I may go back and do is even put a piece of ribbon over that so that it won't be visible if this wreath frame is spinning in the wind. I could do that, or I could possibly even add another bow to the back, so there's a bow front and back. So no matter which way it's spinning, you will always see a completed wreath look. Okay, so I'm going to just shape this a little bit, clip my tails, and then I'll be ready to show you something that's looking kind of cute to me. All right, you can see how that's looking. Oh yeah, this time I decided to try to fold in some of my tails and curl them a little bit. I really like a curled, the tails to be curled, because to me it just makes it look like you have additional loops instead of just tails. So I have curled them at the top to give it that look. And then I will be adding my lights in a minute. And can't remember if I clipped the bottom or if I folded them under. Let's look. This is going to be surprise to both of us. This is so funny. Sometimes I make these videos and it's like weeks before I get to do the voiceover. So sometimes I forget what I've done. But in the end, when this is displayed outside, I will have 2 of these, and then I'll be making another one to go in the center. So I'll have 3 wreaths hanging out front. Again, if you enjoy these types of videos, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with others. And if you're not a family member already, don't forget to hit the button and ring the bell so you can be notified when videos are released. And yeah, at the bottom here, I'm doing the same thing. I'm curling my tails. First I fold them under a couple times, and then I'm just curling them. And I'm sorry that this angle is not that great, so I'm gonna get those curled and then let you see what it looks like at the end. So here we go. I think it's such a cute bow. Look at how well those colors just blend in that ribbon set. Doesn't that look good? Alright, so I'm just attaching these lights. That little prong goes right into the side of the light base there, and it just kind of clips in place, and this is going to hang outside like this. Just a cutie. Alright, I thank you for spending this time with me, and I'll be talking with you again real soon.